Hey there, you're tuned in to WTUL New Orleans. D-Rob here. I have some special guests in the studio with me. It's Biglemoi, two members of Biglemoi, and the band leader of the People Museum. How y'all doing?
Good. How you doing?
Right on. Really quick, I'm going to read an announcement, and then we're going to get right into the interview. This public service announcement is brought to you by WTUL New Orleans. People with disabilities can reduce the fear, panic, and inconvenience that comes with hurricane evacuation by planning ahead. The website of the Governor's Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness at getagameplan.org has a list of precautions and preparations. All right, y'all. Welcome back. How y'all been?
Good. How's it been since we last saw you?
It's been good. How have y'all been doing?
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Just crazy preparing the show.
Preparing the show on Big Show Friday night.
Show.
Oh, yeah, man. It's been on the works for a while, and the week is here. So Friday night, if y'all don't know about it yet, Friday night, One-Eyed Jacks. Doors open at 9. Julie Odell opens up at 10. People Museum hit at 11. And then Biglemoi will be playing at midnight. It's $10, you know.
Which is cheap for the One-Eyed Jack show.
Yeah, for sure. And 3 bands.
You get 3 bands. Not only 3 bands, but we also have, we just came from the rehearsal, the dress rehearsal with the projections and the lights and the fog machine and everything. Well, we didn't have the fog machine tonight, but it will be there for the show. It's going to be a whole spectacle. So Bruno Doria from Work Like Pictures is working all of this. So it's not just any other show, but we got a special treat for y'all as far as the visuals go.
Right on, right on.
Yeah.
So how would you describe Biglemoi for people that are just now tuning in and may not have heard of y'all before?
It's a rock band, I would say.
Yeah, it's essentially a rock band. It has some like electronic elements, not electronic dance music, but like it has like synthesizers and lots of effects and loops as well that we play with.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially, yeah, it's kind of like a rock band.
Alternative rock, if you want.
Yeah.
Indie rock.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. I don't know what that means. It's indie rock.
Right on. And how'd you get this? How'd you get together with People Museum? How'd that come to be?
Well, we've been playing. We've never played a show together.
Yeah.
But
But we've been at each other's shows.
Yeah.
yeah,
On the scene.
exactly.
Yeah.
Small scene. Everyone knows each other.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yep.
And they're awesome bands, so I feel like great minds think alike, folks.
I just heard you say something about Rubble Bucket. I saw them playing out at Bonnaroo. Are you're involved with them some kind of way?
Yeah, I'm their like backup horn player. I just when I play with them. I toured with them for like a year or so, and then I've been like on and off with them for the last like 3 years. But I have to play with them in Portland in a couple of weeks.
Right on.
But yeah,
Great band.
yeah, they're great. Yeah, they're it's a very challenging music and it's very fun.
So what do you do with People Museum? What's that like?
So it's sort of like also like alternative pop. I'm a trombone player and I send my trombone through a lot of effects, and the vocalist sends vocals through a lot of effects. So it's kind of like this like futuristic New Orleans weird avant-garde pop situation, with a lot of sensibility and a lot of like elements that to throw you aloof.
Right on.
Yeah, it's
Right
like
on.
a dreamy synth pop band. Like really great. I don't think New Orleans has a band quite like y'all or anything close to y'all, really.
Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah.
Right on.
So it's a super interesting combination of like horns. You play trombone specifically, and you'll have a drummer, bass player, and then Claire on vocals. Sounds great.
Tuba player too.
Yeah.
Tuba player.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
That's
Double
right.
on
Just
tuba.
to add to that brass dream.
Right on. So
Oh, yeah.
y'all doing y'all have different elements, but y'all doing a similar type of rock pop type of thing, I guess.
Yeah,
Right.
it's similar elements. I think everybody on the bill sort of has like a pretty strong pop sensibility. But yeah, I think it'll be a good night. It's a well curated show at One Eye Jacks Friday, June 28th.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reminder.
It's probably the best venue in town, sound wise. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Why don't we give the listeners a little taste of what y'all do? Who wants to start? What should we start with?
Do a People Museum track right now.
Okay. So I'm looking forward to hearing this for the first time. We've got some music here about a People Museum. Some nice photographs here. Should we give a play?
In a minute, Mimo. Let's do It Won't Be Long.
It won't be long.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
photographer was that? Just
This is your first song on here. So this is 2 years old, right?
Yeah, this is the oldest song, but
All right.
on the first album, yeah.
All right, check it out. Here's It Won't Be Long by the People Museum here on WTUL, New Orleans. We're back, and if you're just now tuning in, we have a member of the band that created that song right now. That was It Won't Be Long Now by music. Sorry about that. It Won't Be Long by People Museum. That's a pretty cool track, man. So what? It's about somebody telling themselves they're about to leave a relationship, or is she warning somebody? Like, what would you say?
Oh man, I wish Claire was here to explain it. I have no clue. I'm not even gonna pretend like I know. But it's a beautiful. The lyrics are beautiful. I always took it as like just like like you said, like somebody.
It just seems like excitement that the end of a relationship is about to come, and new possibilities to come from it after that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the vibe I got from it, and yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Right on. So
art is what you make of it, right?
yes. It's just. Anyways, who sings that? What's up the singer?
Her name is Claire Givens.
Mhm.
She's the lead singer of the band. The album artwork is by Ariel Bob Willis, who's this girl who lived in New Orleans, who lives in Brooklyn now. And this album is called I Dreamt You in Technicolor. And Claire is an amazing singer. She couldn't be here. But yeah, she's like a classically trained, nice vocal, great singer.
Right
How do you guys meet?
Oh, we met through just like a mutual friend of ours was a musician, and then immediately the day after we met, the same day, like we met, and then we just started making music and writing songs, and we kind of got to know each other through just playing with each other and having like intense emotional, connection with music, like with writing songs, but we barely even knew each other as
That's
people.
awesome.
Right.
But then, over the years, at this point, we've been at it for like 3 years, so it's a good friend of mine.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Got confused for a second there. We're playing off SoundCloud right now, and it just jumped into a record by Murder Tits immediately right after. I was just like, "Where's it coming from?" And cool. Yeah, that's really. We're gonna play another record by you later if that's cool.
Yeah.
But let's get into something by Biglemoi. We have your album right here, Permanent Vacation. What are we about to listen to?
So last time I believe we played the first track, which is our single, Joyride. We played Decipher, which is our second single.
Mm-hmm.
We did Other Side. So let's just play the other two. We can start off by playing Sola.
It's
The
like
second track.
A song in Spanish.
Okay.
The one of the only one actually.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Right on.
it's the only one that's fully in Spanish. Then Permanent Vacation, which is the title track of the album, is the ending of that song is in Spanish, while the rest is in English. Excuse me.
Right on. Well,
Yeah.
if you're just now tuning in, we have members of People Museum and Biglemoi. They're playing Friday at One Eye Jacks, and we're listening to some of their music. This is number 2 off their album that they're going to release Friday, Permanent Vacation. The track is called Sola. Check it out. And we're back. That was kind of a sadder song than. I'm sorry if you're just now tuning in. I'm here with Biglemoi and People Museum, who are playing Friday at One Eye Jacks, and we just heard a record from Biglemoi called Sola. The song's a little sadder than.
Then the rest you heard, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a sad song. It's kind of like an empowering song. The song's about female rage is what I always think about when I think about the song. And it's just like about a woman who gives up an abusive relationship of sorts, and that song basically is the day that she says, to hell with this. And
It's kind of like the last song we heard from People Museum, just like, I'm going to leave you.
I'm going to leave you. Yeah. Or I'm going to leave this abusive situation that I'm in, and I'm out. Peace. So
Right
that song is
And sola
about
means,
that, basically.
Sola means alone in feminine.
right.
So it's kind of like that.
And in what?
In Spanish we have gender difference. So solo is for a boy.
Oh, right.
Sola
That's
is for a
right.
girl.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So
Yeah.
sola is a female being alone in this case. If you're a male, you would be solo, but
Mm-hmm.
sola.
Right on. That's cool. I like that. So let's get back to you guys, People Museum. Want to hear another record by y'all? I've never heard y'all before. The first one was very interesting to me. What else should we listen to?
Yeah. I'll do. Let me look at the.
Was it Bible Belt? I was just in the Bible Belt. Is
Yeah,
that a
let's
good
listen to Bible Belt. Yeah.
Cool. Right on. Well, what can you say about this before we get into it?
Oh, this song is about losing your religion, and yes, and the singer Claire, she's from Monroe, and she grew up in kind of a super religious background, in like middle America sort of situation, and this song is just about religion and and the being inside of it, like knowing whether you're being true to it or not being true to it, and that's what it's about. So
Right on. It sounds very interesting to me. It just seems like that type of thing some great art can come from that type of circumstance. So let's see what we have here. People Museum with Bible Belt. If you're just not tuning in, they're here with us, and we're about to listen to it. Check it out. And we're back. Just now tuning in. We're on a special overtime edition of the show here tonight. We have members of Biglemoi and the People Museum here, and that was the People Museum with Bible Belt. I really appreciate the horns on that song.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Heaven, yeah.
I just spent some time in the Bible Belt, Nashville, Manchester, and I felt a lot of like judgmental stares from people and stuff like that. So I appreciate that song.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah. It's different living here than out there.
Out there.
All right.
True that.
So we got time for one more record. Biglemoi. What are we gonna get into next?
Permanent Vacation, I think. Yeah.
So
We
we'll
should
do
play
the
the
third track.
song that has given the title to the EP.
Permanent Vacation, right? Yeah. What can we say about this going into it?
Well, I guess when I wrote the song, there was several ideas crossing through my mind. One thought that kind of stuck with me is the idea of like at least the track name and certain lyrics in the song also kind of can refer back to this, but it's like kind of thinking about how sometimes tourism or like how tourism basically can influence a certain city in a negative way, as we have seen in New Orleans, as I have seen in many places.
Right.
And how like sort of how like mindless partying can kind of like numb ourselves, and we kind of forget about more important things in that we maybe try to do, or that
and I
we
feel
should
it's
do.
also
But yeah,
like-
but it's just basically a song that's kind of like looking not down upon, but kind of just giving an insight of like sometimes there is so much reckless partying.
Oh yes.
You know, that so much of it happens and we don't realize the damage that's done after the fact, you know, or maybe we never realize it. You know?
Or you realize it and it's just like you wish you'd realized it sooner.
Right, exactly.
It's also I feel like how cities like change, like people that have been living, people that are from the city that have grown, like knowing the people around them, how they all of a sudden like these tourists like come and it's just like,
Oh yeah.
you know, changing the whole thing.
It's changing everywhere.
Yeah.
Hold on to what's cool. You know, you got to hold on to what's unique and what's cool about your city and fight for it. You know.
And what's also beneficial for the people in the city, and not just having to succumb to like, yeah, let's maintain this party system going while there's so many things that are just falling apart. You know. And so it's just kind of like an insight on these things. Yeah, that's basically it.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing this right now. If you're just now tuning in, we got the two bands playing Friday night at One Eye GX. 2 out of 3. We got Biglemoi and Permanent Vacation. I mean,
Permanent
People
Vacation is
Museum.
the record
People
we're putting
Museum.
out.
Sorry about that. And we're going to get into one last record from Biglemoi, and then we're going to come back and talk about the gig a little bit and say goodnight.
Also, we have Julie Odell that night with us as well. So
Amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, she's great. Anyway, here's Permanent Vacation. Check it out. And we're back on an extended version of my show tonight. Yeah, that was.
Thank you, David.
We got Biglemoi and People Museum with us, and that was a track by Biglemoi called "Permanent Vacation." Nice. I really like the message behind that song, and you did it well.
Cool.
Right on.
Thank you.
So let's talk about the gig before we say goodnight. What's up with it from y'all?
So we are playing this Friday at One Jack's. Doors at 9. Julie Odell starts at 10. People Museum at 11, and Biglemoi go at midnight. There will be also a light show projection by Bruno Doria from the Work Like Pictures. And yeah, it's going to be amazing. We just came from a rehearsal today with all the lights and everything, and it's going to look amazing.
Yeah, it looks great. We'll have merch to sell. We'll have CDs to sell. Obviously, that record's coming out that same day.
Actually, Bruno just texted me to tell you hello.
What up, Bruno? How you doing,
Message says,
Yeah.
"Hey,
What's up?
David, tell him to say." I said, "What's up?"
brother? What up?
Classic.
Montpellier, France is when I met that dude. A big part of a big field trip group that was studying abroad out there, and got to know him pretty well out there. And over the years, I've seen him on some film sets and stuff like that, and around town doing lights for people like Roar and stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
Very talented guy.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
So yeah, that's gonna be cool if he's doing the lights for y'all, and yeah, it's gonna be a really rad show, really rad venue, and plus, you got really rad People Museum. I really enjoyed that music. I was just never heard it before. That's really good songs, really good.
Yes.
And also Julie Odell, been seeing her do her thing since she's like 15 at Noka with a guitar, just like. she's come a long way. Now I see her at what's that bar in Bywater, Vaughn's, I think.
Vaughn's, BJ's as well.
Just
Yeah,
packing
BJ's,
the
yeah.
house with people just staring.
Oh, yeah.
Just like, it's unreal.
Oh yeah.
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 She's a showstopper. Showstopper, Julie Odell.
So yeah, y'all. Friday night, this Friday night, June 28th, One Night Jacks. Doors open at 9. Julie Odell starts at 10. People Museum hit the stage at 11. And then Biglemoi closes out the night at midnight.
Right on. So, yeah, if I were you, I wouldn't miss any of it. I'm going to be there. Right on.